Good afternoon. Brighton and Hove Albion's under-21s are back at Lancing for the first time in 2025. Leicester City, the visitors to the Amex Elite Football Performance Centre in Premier League 2, and the Seagulls attempting to bounce back from Monday's late defeat at leaders Manchester City. Shannon Ruth's side sit third in the table, comfortably within the top 16 needed to reach the knockout stages. Leicester in 15th place, but the Albion hoping home surroundings will bring about a first league win of the calendar year. Well, 4 days on from the trip to City, there are 3 changes to the Albion starting lineup. 2 of them are in defence. Ed Turns is back, having travelled with the senior squad for Saturday's FA Cup win at Norwich, while Harry Mills comes in as well. Freddie Simmons and Jacob Slater are among the subs. There's also a change in attack. Josh Robertson makes his first Premier League 2 start of the season. He's in for Harry Howell, who's on the bench, and I'll run you through those teams once we get underway. The referee just making the final checks. Elliot Swallow is the man in the middle. And it will be the visitors who will get us underway. Well, Leicester making 4 changes to their side compared to the team beaten 2-0 by Crystal Palace a week ago. They include the inclusion of Sammy Braybrook, who has just returned from a loan spell at Dundee, been playing in the Scottish Premiership. On the attack here, though, is Aluko. Is at Wormlington. Perpignan looking to press, and Josh Robertson closing down Harry French in the Leicester goal. And it gives us an opportunity to run you through the teams. Hugo Fisher in goal for the Albion. Ed Turns and Charlie Penman at centre-back. Zane Alvarez and Harry Mills on either side. At fullback, Joe Knights and Jamie Mullins in midfield. Cam Perpignan, Marcus Ifill, Josh Robertson and Caelan Vickers complete the lineup. Here's Olabade Aluko. Alvarez getting the challenge in. And one to look out for Leicester City is Will Alves, who's included today. Recently played in the Premier League, came on as a late substitute against Manchester City at the end of December. And he's wearing number 10 for Leicester. Fisher playing the ball out to Alvarez. Skipping past his man, but giving the ball away to Braybrook. And Braybrook has some space to run into here, gets his cross in. Timely block. Leicester looking a threat in the opening stages. Cartwright goes back to Osmark Ford. A bit of a change in formation for Leicester today. 3 at the back. Here's Aluko, but he's offside. Brighton with a quick chance then to try and bounce back from that defeat at Manchester City on Monday. Albion with plenty of attacking threat in that game. City scoring with just their 2 shots on target and a bit of a sucker punch right at the end with a winning goal in the 96th minute. But Albion more than holding their own in that game. Turns has lost out here. Monga cuts to the byline, gets his cross in over the bar from Jake Evans. First big chance of the game goes to the visitors, and it's Leicester's top scorer in Premier League 2 this season. He's put his effort over the bar. If you're unfamiliar with the format of Premier League 2, the top 16 go through to knockout stages. This is the chance for Evans. It's what's called the Swiss-style format. You might be familiar with the idea from the Champions League this season. 20 games played in a regular season, top 16 go through. the top 8 will secure themselves a home tie in the last 16, and the top 12 will qualify for the Premier League International Cup. Albion sitting in 3rd place and well on course for the last 16 and a home tie. Throw in then to Leicester City, just inside their own half. It's Alves, closed down by Jamie Mullins. Captaining the side as he has done for the majority of this season, Mullins. Cartwright, with Albion swarming around the midfielder. Mullins. A neat turn. Mills plays it back to Penman, onto Turns and Alvarez. Sends the ball long, looking for Perpion. Perpion will not give up the chase. Calm out from the back from French onto Cartwright. Evans lays it off to Monga. Here's Alves. Joseph. Back to Henry Cartwright, seen a lot of the ball in the early stages. Wilson Brown and Braybrook trying to poke the ball through to Aluko. Albion, as they do, will calmly play out from the back. Hugo Fisher making his 9th Premier League 2 start of the season. Mills. Vickers forced back and he's fouled by Cartwright. A free kick to the Albion, which will be taken quickly if he's able to by Mills, but he'll leave it for Penman. Alvarez back to Turns. It's Perpion. He's spoken about trying to get a loan move if he can in this January window. Try and get some first-team football in the EFL, perhaps. And he's been one of Albion's form players for the under-21s this season. In this competition, he's averaging 2 goal involvements a game. Foul by Robertson. First start of the season for Josh Robertson, who joined from Sunderland just under a year ago now. Aluko trying to hold off the challenge from Alvarez. Monga. Alvarez wins the ball back. So it's a throw in to the Albion. Taken by Alvarez, tried to hook the ball upfield by Vickers. Falls back into Leicester possession. Godsmark Forbes, the captain for the Foxes. Monga. A bright start by Leicester. Oh, Perpignan penalised for the foul on Jeremy Monga. Monga gets the congratulations of Sammy Braybrook, who returned on from a loan in Dundee on Monday, made 8 appearances in the Scottish Premiership. And Ruud van Nistelrooy has spoken about how he will be part of the first team squad, so one to watch out for in the Leicester midfield. Mills to Penman. His turns. Travelled with the first team squad to Norwich for that 4-0 FA Cup third round win at the weekend. Turns looking for Perpignan. Headed out of play by Aluko for an Albion throw. This is Albion's first home game of 2025. They signed off in style just before Christmas, a 2-0 win over Sporting in the Premier League International Cup, which has secured Albion a place in the quarter-finals. And their last Premier League 2 game here, a 5-1 win over Tottenham Hotspur. Apart from one blip at the start of the season, it's been a fortress for the Albion in Premier League 2. Hubrust turns. Turns back to Fisher. Fisher switching the play. It's Eiffel with a chance to run at the Leicester defence. Eiffel couldn't poke the ball on to Caden Vickers. Wormleyton looking for Evans. Penman with the chase. And Leicester have won a corner kick. Three games without a win for Leicester. They have made a good start here. It's going to be Sammy Braybrook to take the corner. Cartwright lurking on the edge of the box. Braybrook with the delivery. And it's a free kick to the Albion, but well dealt with anyway by Joe Knight, who was under pressure. Albion looking to preserve their status as the team with the best defence in Premier League 2 so far this season, just 10 goals conceded. From the 11 games played, turns for a neat pass on to Alvarez. Perpignan. Perpignan skipping past Braybrook. Ball's intercepted and Mullins tries to retain possession. He does. Mills. Eiffel to Vickers. And Mullins. Nice layoff from Robertson. And Perpignan. Crucial block from Olabade Aluko. Just looked like things were opening up for Cam Perpignan. So it's an Albion corner, their first of the match. Perpignan twisting and turning, and back to Robertson. Robertson with a deflected cross. Mullins thought about a shot. And Eiffel unable to keep the attack alive, but not more positive from the Albion. Joe Wormleyton with the throw. Possession straight back with Albion though. Penman goes back to Fisher. And Alvarez offering himself up as an option. Here is Zayn Alvarez. Turns. Turns has given the ball to Braybrook. A nice turn from Alves, and the shot comes in from Braybrook. Wilson Brown. Godsmark forward to Wormleyton. And Alves. It's a nice run from Alves, and the shot takes a touch off an Albion defender on the way out for another corner to Leicester. Well, Alves is the man to watch for Leicester. England under-20 international. He's played 3 times for the first team this season. Very much on the fringes of the first team squad is Will Alves. Had to fight back from a career-threatening ACL injury when he was just 17. So another corner for Leicester. Cartwright has a go. Good save from Fisher. Comfortable for the Albion goalkeeper. It was Cartwright with space on the edge of the box. Fisher had to be alert to it. Another corner then for Leicester. Will be Sammy Braybrook again. Will take this corner. And again, finds Cartwright on the edge of the box. Beats Eiffel, gets his shot away again, this time blocked. And out for a Leicester throw. I imagine Albion will be alert to the threat of Henry Cartwright on the edge of the box from set pieces. Godsmark forward. Luco winning the header, put away by Penman, and a throw in for the Albion. Alvarez. Braybrook with the foul on the Albion right back. Alvarez goes short to turns. Back to Fisher. Penman. With a bit of space to run into. We'll check back from Penman. Here he is again. Alvarez. Mullins. Penman. His turns. Albion just trying to settle down with a bit of possession. Perpion. Penman. Square to Turns. Turns looking for Harry Mills, intercepted though by Jaden Joseph. Albion won the ball back though. Mullins. Mills. Eiffel. Mills on the overlap, uses him. Mills gets his cross in towards Vickers. Improvised attempt at goal by Caden Vickers with the back heel. Knight. Alvarez. Perpion. Caden Vickers. And that floating role that he often plays for the under-21s. Good spell of possession though for the Albion. Turns. Knight to head turns. Penman. Mills onto Eiffel, turns it round the corner to Robertson, but Eiffel is fouled. So free kick to the Seagulls, which Harry Mills will take. Short to Robertson. Turns. No foul, says the referee. Aluko. To Gosmark forward. Looking for the run here at Joseph. Albion will look to build again. Mullins. Nice ball on to Perpion. Alvarez busting a gut to try and get down the right. Does really well. Perpion's cross in. Headed away. And Joseph tries to bring the ball away, and it's a foul by Mullins. Mullins will just get a talking to by the referee. Well, this is the first part of an Albion double bill today. Dario Vodosic's women's side are away at Liverpool tonight. Kick-off at 7 o'clock, and you can catch that game on Sky Sports Premier League. All the build-up starting from 6:30, but Albion hoping to make a winning start to 2025 after the WSL's winter break. They're in good shape as well, and in 5th place in the table and just 4 off the Champions League spots. Good tackle by Perpion to win possession back. Nice running at Braybrook. Braybrook with the challenge. Perpion sent tumbling. Alves for Leicester. There's options either side. Mullins looking to reduce those. Alves gets his shot in. And easily held though by Hugo Fisher. It is a strong Leicester under-21 side, stronger than Leon McSweeney's been able to name for most of the season. There's no surprise that they are looking an attacking threat. Albion coping well so far, and Monga is offside. An issue here as well for Josh Robertson. Just took a bit of a clattering from what looked like Henry Cartwright. Be fine to continue without any medical support. The referee actually brought play back there. It's an uncontested drop ball then. Leicester with possession. The referee just wanted to check on Robertson. Wilson Brown. So a loose pass cut out by Turns, but Turns is giving the ball away to Cartwright. Godsmark forward for Leicester. Wormleighton. Alves has to go back to Wormleighton. Godsmark forward. Goes long to Joseph. Up against Mills. Cartwright. Godsmark forward, wide to what he hoped would be Aluko. It's a misplaced pass though by the captain for Leicester City. And a throw for the Albion. Alvarez to Perpion. Penman. Eiffel. Knight and Turns. One of Turns' strengths is that raking long ball. I haven't seen much of it yet today. Penman. Mullins with a smart turn, and again, Eiffel. Back to Mullins, who has a go. Spilled on the first attempt by Harry French. But it all came through Jamie Mullins. He started the attack, and then he had the shot, well hit. Straight at French. There will just be another check here, though, on Josh Robertson. Which is being looked at by the Albion medical staff. That was a brilliant win for the first team last night. 2-0 at Ipswich in the Premier League, and you can watch the highlights back on the Albion YouTube channel. Josh Robertson, who's back in the starting lineup today. The first time this season. He had a couple of starts last season after joining from Sunderland. And he scored his first goal of the season just before Christmas in that 2-0 win over Sporting of Portugal. It's a late sub as well against Manchester City and getting his opportunity today, but he's been in the wars a bit in the first half an hour or so. Does give Shannon Ruth an opportunity to get his instructions across to his players. And Shannon Ruth, who will be aided now by Jason McCarthy, who is joined as under-21's professional development phase coach after recently retiring as a player for Wycombe Wanderers. Shannon just having a word with Harry Mills, who might have a few more opportunities in the under-21s first team lineup now that Imari Samuels has moved on to Dundee. I wish him the best of luck with the Scottish Premiership club. Robertson's been patched up. Looks like he'll be okay to continue for now at least. Cosmark Ford. Braybrook. He was the Leicester skipper again. Aluko wins the header up against Alvarez, but here is Alvarez cutting inside. Fisher will not be rushed, waiting for the movement of his teammates. Back with Aluko for Leicester. He returns the ball to his goalkeeper. Good press on here by the Albion. And Mullins not giving up the chase. Knight. Eiffel. Just a slightly overhit though on the return to Jamie Mullins, and out of play for a goal kick to Leicester. Leicester play it short. Braybrook. Attempted pass forward is a little bit loose, and Albion have possession back again. A little bit of a difficult one for Fisher to deal with, but controls it well, turns. Alvarez turns the ball to Fisher. Mills. Another push on Josh Robertson. Referee's playing advantage. Zayn Alvarez. They're trying to beat Aluko, between Aluko and Monga. Leicester bring the ball away. And Monga looking for the free kick, doesn't get it. Penman. Knight, nice touch onto Mullins. No foul. That is a foul though from Joe Knight. And Knight will be the first player to be cautioned. A foul on Sammy Braybrook. So Leicester sending some of their big men forwards, including the captain, Harvey Godsmark Ford. Sammy Braybrook is going to take responsibility for this free kick. Will be launched into the Albion penalty area and seen out of play by Joe Knight. So it's going to be a corner for Leicester, and Braybrook will come over to take this one as well. It's actually taken quickly by Alves. Alves beating Mullins, but couldn't get past Eiffel. Another Leicester corner. Decent delivery. Cleared away by Knight. French with the attempted ball for Joseph. But Harry Mills saw that all the way. Alvarez. That's nice from the Albion. And Knight runs into a bit of trouble. Cartwright. Braybrook to Aluko. Almost stolen away by Caelan Vickers. Cartwright for Leicester. Albion have done well to force the Foxes back. And then they give the ball away. Braybrook wins it back. Aluko. One back combination between Alvarez and Mullins. Mullins has put the ball out for a throw. Gosmark forward to Wilson Brown. In the first half, short on clear-cut chances, really. Jake Evans with the early chance for Leicester. The closest Albion have come, the long-range effort from Jamie Mullins and the block shot from Cam Perpion. Gosmark forward. Aluko runs into trouble, runs into Jamie Mullins. Perpignan. Penman. Mills put the ball out of play because there's an issue here for it's Mullins, who's still on the ground. And he looks hurt here, the Albion skipper. Just get a bit of attention. Quite a few stoppages in this half, so imagine there'll be a fair bit added on at the end of this first half. There is Cam Perpignan, 4 goals, 6 assists in Premier League 2 this season. Also chipped in with goals in the Premier League International Cup and the EFL Trophy. One first-team game this season in the EFL Cup at home to Crawley. He set up one of the goals in that game from a corner. And Turner's just making a few taping adjustments as well. Penman and Mills in conversation. Albion came into this round of fixtures 7 points behind the leaders Manchester City. Fulham sitting in second place. A win for the Albion today would move them a point behind Fulham. London's just going through a few tests with the medical staff. It looks like he will continue. Let's wait to be allowed back onto the field of play though by the referee. So Leicester will restart the game on the far side with a throw. And Mullins is back on. Fisher to Albion. Turns. Headed out by Aluko and back again by Vickers. And again. Referee just wants to have a little word with Josh Robertson. But it's a free kick to Leicester. Apologies if you've heard any unsavoury language. Perpion does well to keep the ball in play. Turns back to the Aussie. Albion with good close control and returns the ball to Penman. Fisher always so calm in possession. Turns on to Albion. Oh, he just had the enough of a touch to play it on to Perpion. Just a slight miscommunication. Godsmark forward. Returns the ball to the Leicester keeper, Harry French. And Albion won the ball back here. And Mullins, good save by French. The closest that either side have come to a goal. It's a little bit sloppy from Leicester, playing out from the back. And Mullins forcing the save from French. And now there's another injury, this time to a Leicester player. Olabade Aluko. Leicester almost gifting the Albion an opening goal. Luco will get a few further checks just off the field. Leicester with the throw.
No elbows!
Pemben has this covered, plays it back to Fisher. Mills returns the ball to Penman. Turns. Albion has made the run. Turns, slowing the play down. Knight to turns again, looking for options. Goes long. Looking for Perpion. Dealt with by Aluko, and then hooked up into the night sky. Evans is offside for Leicester. Albion restart play quickly. Eiffel up against Wormleighton. Eiffel's cross, unconventionally dealt with, but enough for Leicester to bring the ball out. Seagulls looking to put Leicester under pressure at the end of this first half. Mullins with a nice turn again. A nice interchange as well with Robertson. And here's Eiffel. The ball's been put into the back of the net, but the referee had already blown his whistle. Like offside against Eiffel. Really neat move though between Mullins and Robertson. The whistle had already gone before Vickers put the ball into the back of the net via Aluko. Strong finish to this half though from the Albion. Braybrook has put the ball out of play as well. All from the pressure from Shanaru's side. Penman. Fisher short to Alvarez. Vickers has dropped deep. Penman to Mills. And Robertson. 6 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. Albion won a free kick here. A few protests about the way that Henry Cartwright was holding on to the ball, but play has restarted. Alvarez. Papillon. Cuts inside, tries to play it on to Robertson. Intercepted. Aluko. The referee seeing something he doesn't like, and it's a free kick to Leicester.
Walk inside, hold your weight. Hold your weight inside. Hold it. Hold it.
Cosmark forward, bursting out of defence, plays it wide to Aluko. Cartwright. Braybrook back to Cosmark forward. Alves trying to beat Eiffel, has to check his run. Still Alves, Joseph. Throw to Leicester. Trying to put some pressure on their own at the end of this half. Wilson Brown. It's overhit though, and Alvarez will try and shepherd it out for a goal kick. Leicester did win the ball back, but it will be a throw to Albion, taken by Alvarez. Knight gets a foot in. Robertson. Robertson is fouled. In fact, actually, it's a free kick to Leicester. It's gone the other way. I think Albion thought it had gone their way. Instead, it's an opportunity late in this half for Leicester. And once again, Sammy Braybrook will orchestrate this set piece. You see the Cosmark forward, wearing number 4, is up from the back for Leicester. So is Wilson Brown. Two of the big centre backs. Braybrook takes the free kick, goes deep, and just headed over the bar, onto his own bar by Charlie Penman. It was a good delivery, slightly strange. Actually came off Penman's shoulder. Not sure he knew a lot about it, where it was going. No serious harm done, but Leicester have won a corner. Braybrook again with the delivery. And it does find one of his teammates. That's a nice turn by Wormleyton. And he's run the ball out of play, so it's a goal kick. Taken short by Fisher. Mullins returns the ball to his goalkeeper, Alvarez. Pepion loses that to Aluko. Alvarez wins the ball back. All a bit tight here. Vickers thinks he's won a throw. Instead, it's gone Leicester's way. Aluko will take it. Kosmark forward. Cleared away by Turns, and the referee has brought play back again, so Brighton have a free kick. Knight onto Penman. Into the last minutes of stoppage time. Turns. Pepion. Looking for a way forward, instead has to go back to Turns. Turns on for Vickers. Perpignan and Alvarez win the ball back between them. Maybe one more chance for an attack here. Eiffel. To Mills. Mills with the low cross. Doesn't find Vickers. Here is Vickers. And it is going to be a corner to the Albion. Will there be time to take it? Perpion has come across to this left-hand side, signalling a set-piece routine his teammates will know all about. Will it come off? Perpignan with the delivery. Punched away by French. Alvarez is underneath it and headed back clear by Leicester. Turns. Perpignan. A couple of step-overs. And Mullins. It's Joseph with the block, and that brings to an end a hard-fought first half. It's goalless in Lancing, but Jamie Mullins has come closest to an Albion opener. Leicester played the ball out from the back, and it was intercepted, forcing a good save, Mullins, from Harry French. Leicester have been a threat going forward as well, but the deadlock yet to be broken. At half-time, it is Brighton Hove Albion under-21s 0, Leicester City 0.
quick. Good, fine, it's good. Yeah, connect, good. Sorry, buddy. Yes, Steve. When we go, it's going to be, our pattern will be Fred to Harry, Steve, Cal's going to turn, slide Sar, Harry's going to miss. So Fred, Harry, Steve, Cal, Sar, leave Harry, yeah? When I say yes, we'll find that pattern. And it'll start with Fred, keep it moving, not yet, not yet, not yet, take it, Danny. Yeah, let's go, Fred, Fred needs the ball, Fred needs the ball, Fred needs the ball, yes. Harry, roll in, yes. Find Steve. Yes. Steve, Cal, turn out. Sar, higher, higher, higher. Yes. Good. Deep. Wrap, play, finish. Good. Back in. Good. That was super.
We'll be able to do that on a league.
Lovely. This time. Keep the ball moving. The ball will go. Steve out to Sar. Sar back to Steve. Steve into Fred, who hits Cal. Cal sides Harry, he finishes first time. Yeah, go on then, do it there, yes, Steve. Yes. Sar starts, back to Steve, yes. Good. Fred, Cal who slides Harry, slides into space. Back, good, instant range of passing, everybody. Harry, get up now, we're doing it.
Welcome back to Lancing, where it is Albion 0, Leicester City 0 at half-time of this Premier League 2 match. Albion looking to get their first home win of the calendar year. Leicester just about shaded it in terms of possession and attempts on goal in the first half. They went close early on through Jake Evans, but Albion probably just about had some of the better chances later in the half. Jamie Mullins forcing a decent save from Harry French. And here are the visitors returning to the field. Leicester in 15th place in the table, Albion 3rd, both targeting a top 16 finish and making it through to the knockout rounds. If you're not familiar with the format of this competition, as I mentioned a little bit earlier on, it's that Swiss-style system you see in the Champions League. So each club plays 20 matches. There are 26 in the division. The top 16 all go through to the knockout phases. The top 8 will get a home tie. And the top 12 qualify for the Premier League International Cup and a chance to test themselves against European opposition. And Albion are taking full advantage of that so far this season. They're into the quarterfinals and they'll find out their opponents in a couple of weeks' time. Albion, the second highest scorers in this division, and they'll be hoping to carry a bit more of an attacking threat perhaps in the second half. There is going to be a change, I think, at the start of this second half from one of the teams. And it's Leicester who have made a change. Merced Ali on for Olabade Aluko, who did need some treatment just at the end of the first half. So it's the Albion who get this second half underway then. And turns with the ball onto Penman. Fisher. Waiting for a bit of movement ahead of him, goes to Alvarez. Confirmation of that sub for Leicester. And Luco off. And Merced Ali on. And Robertson loses out to Wormleighton. Robertson chasing. With Harry French, the Leicester keeper. Vickers. That's a good run from Vickers and to Robertson. Has lost possession, wants it back though. And Perpignan. To Mullins. Perpignan again. Alvarez. Knight. Vickers with the effort across goal. Eiffel couldn't get on the end of it. Mills has kept the attack alive. Appeals from the Leicester players that gone out of play. Play on though, Eiffel. Vickers unable to direct it attempt goalwards. Appeals for a corner. It will be a goal kick to Leicester. Both these teams playing And out from the back in a very similar way. Turns. Assessing his options ahead of him. Square to Alvarez. Alvarez looking for the run of Vickers. Codsmark fours with a good ball on to Joseph. To Wormleighton. Joseph again. Wormleighton with the overlap. Gets his cross in. A dangerous one as well, which none of his teammates were able to attack. Merced Ali, the substitute, with the throw. Braybrooke. It's Alves. Eiffel tries to get a foot in. Mills does. It's found Joseph though. And Eiffel has managed to prevent a corner. He's kept the ball in play though. Here's Alves. Cartwright. He's back to the Leicester skipper, Codsmark forward. Joseph manages to keep the ball in play, but gives the ball away to Mills. Mills under a bit of pressure. Does well though to find Penman. It's a high press on here from Leicester though. Albion find themselves a bit penned in, but they won't panic. Will play out from the back. Throw to the Albion, just inside their own half. Knight turns and looks for Perpignan, finds him. It's a good crossfield ball. Alvarez, that's to Perpignan, to Vickers. Here is again Vickers, to Alvarez. Knight. Turns. Good period of possession from the Albion. Alvarez. Vickers with space to turn and run at the Leicester defence. Wide to Perpignan. Couple of step overs from the Aussie. As his cross is a bit over hit. And now the play for a Leicester throw. Knight coolly back to Ed Turns.
Good guys, well done.
Penman looks for Eiffel. He's offside.
Get in! Get in! Right on! Right on! Right on up!
Wilson Brown. Can't find Merced Ali. Turns with the ball forward. Vickers has dropped deep. Perpignan brings the ball under his spell. Knight exchanging passes with Mullins. Penman's ball is intercepted, but well won back by Mills. Just gets out the way of Eiffel. Mullins and Perpion. And Vickers, Robertson. A Perpignan shot right at French. You feel like the big opportunity, though, was the chance for Josh Robertson. This was it. It was a good cross in. Robertson just couldn't sort his feet out. Wilson Brown. Stolen by Joe Knight. Eiffel. Braybrook has won the ball back for Leicester, and he's looking to break at pace. Here's Evans for Leicester. Straight down the throat of Hugo Fisher. Alvarez did well to narrow the angle for Evans. Just a reminder for the Albion. Leicester can break at pace. Alvarez. Trying to find Perpignan. Knight tries to bring the ball down and find Vickers. Giving the ball away to Leicester here. Braybrook. Cartwright. Nicely flicked on by Joseph. Alves.
Hey, Jay! Trap them, trap them! Nothing there, nothing there, Jay. Stay in, Jay, stay in! Hey, behind you, stay in! Oh, come in. Hook it!
Throw to the Albion. Taken by Mills.
Win it!
Mills hooks the ball up into the night sky. And then the foul from Josh Robertson. And this is a free kick in a inviting position for Leicester.
I'll make sure. I'll book it myself.
Another issue here, though, for Jamie Mullins. Just rubbing his knee. And he get some treatment. Well, this is the foul, and then it was the follow-up, really, after the referee had blown his whistle. Well, Leicester might fancy their chances from this range. There's a bit of delay whilst Mullins is seen to. Also an issue in the first half to Jamie Mullins, able to shake it off and actually ended that first period very strongly. The communication between the medical staff on the pitch and the bench. Mullins is back on his feet, and he's been shown a yellow card as soon as he gets back up. I thought the foul was possibly with Josh Robertson, but it was the follow-up that was penalised by the referee. So the Albion skipper is in the book. And Sammy Braybrook is eyeing up this free kick. Mullins rather gingerly making his way off the pitch. So will Braybrook go for goal? Or deliver this to one of his teammates? It's going to be the end of Jamie Mullins' afternoon, and Harry Howell is coming on for the Seagulls. Josh Robertson is also coming off, with Jacob Slater onto the pitch. So a double substitution for the Albion. Braybrook could opt to swing this in or go for goal. Braybrook goes for goal. Parried away by Fisher. Monga to Braybrook. And Joseph's delivery just over the bar with the header from Wilson Brown. Braybrook tried to catch Fisher out, but he saw it all the way, the Albion goalkeeper. And this was a good delivery from Joseph. And headed over by Tom Wilson Brown. Harry Howell is one of the Premier League 2's top goal scorers. He has 7 in this competition this season and was the Premier League 2 Player of the Month for December. Now he's on to try and make an impact. Braybrook. It's the ball stolen by Alvarez, and then the foul by, was it Cartwright? A few more yellow cards starting to be shown by the referee now. It's actually gone Leicester's way. And referee Elliot Swallow is having a word with Zane Alvarez, and the fullback is going into the book here. Forward for Wormleighton. There's a big change in terms of the personnel where they're being deployed now for the Albion, and Alvarez as coming more central. Perpignon's moved over to this left-hand side with Harry Howell on the right. We'll see how that settles down. 2 changes coming up though for Leicester. Will Alves is being replaced by Logan Briggs. And Louis Page will come on for Sammy Braybrook, who's only just returned to the club after his loan at Dundee. And 2 of the most dangerous players for Leicester, and 2 who are in the first team reckoning, have been brought off after an hour for the Foxes. Knight, long, looking for Perpignan. And Perpignan may have won it back here, and Eiffel just wide. Big chance for the Albion. Wormleighton didn't see Perpignan coming. Did really well to tee up Eiffel. Eiffel couldn't get his shot on target, and Eiffel's gone up front, play a bit more centrally now with Pepe on the left and Howell on the right. Vickers in that floating role, Alvarez into midfield. And Slater's gone to right back. Here is Howell. Slater.
Go home if you need.
Mills.
Millsy here.
Papillon.
Yeah.
Ali. Cartwright manages to skip past Howell. Godsmark forward. Joseph. It was actually Callum Mackley who came on for the Albion instead of Jacob Slater. A late change to the team sheet, so Mackley wearing number 12 instead. So it's Mackley at right back, and Alvarez, who's playing in the central midfield role, vacated by Jamie Mullins. Here is Mackley. Knight tries to turn it around the corner for Vickers. One back by Leicester. Cartwright. Stolen by Knight. Cartwright wins it back again. Wormleighton. Intercepted by Mills. Alvarez. Knight. Nicely played between Knight and Turns. And then Knight sprays the ball left to Papillon. Has Mills for support. Here he is, Alvarez. To Knight. Papillon. It's like tug of the shirt on Papillon, but the referee waves play on. Turns. Howell. Back 2 turns. Vickers. Howell. And Mackley. Alvarez was waiting. Mackley couldn't find him. Mills loses out. Here's Evans. Good recovery from Harry Mills.
Gino on your right.
Yeah.
Penman, give yourself a yard. Whoever it is. Okay, jump. Gino, drop. Drop. Straight down.
Wormleighton's throw.
Come on. Fucking clear.
Papillon's been penalised here for a foul on Joe Wormleighton. Godsmark Ford thought about taking it quickly. Wilson Brown. Page to Ali. Still Ali has a shot blocked. Effort comes in from Briggs. Cartwright onto Wormleyton. Joseph. Ali. Page. Now Albion have won the ball back. Pepion. To Howell. Couldn't bring the ball under control though. Albion looking to counter quickly. Page. Page and Ali exchanging passes and getting Leicester out of trouble. Joseph. On to Briggs. Still Briggs. And Cartwright with the shot. Intercepted only as far as Wormleyton. He can't get his effort on target from distance.
Start a little bit narrower. Start a little bit narrower.
Good little spell this from Leicester though.
Loads. He moves out with the ball, you go. Jaden.
Albion just having to weather the storm a little bit.
Go on, Knight.
Knight. Mills. Forward for Eiffel to chase. French, the Leicester goalkeeper, is there first. Tidied up by turns to Penman. Mackley. Perpion, difficult one for him to keep in. And then Mills wins the ball back and he has options ahead of him. Square to Perpion, wide to Eiffel. Eiffel with the cross-come shot. It was an inviting delivery. Had to be dealt with. Vickers was waiting. And Albion have a corner. So what can the Seagulls do here? Perpion is there. Sent Harry Howell away. There's delivery into the near post. And there is Howell battling for the ball with Monga. Perpion wins the ball back. Eiffel tries to lay it off for Howell. And it's a free kick to the Albion right on the edge of the penalty area. And Perpion and Howell especially will fancy their chances from here. First time Albion have had a chance like this in the game. And Perpion, the senior player, looks like he'll take responsibility for this free kick. Well positioned. Perpion with the effort. Hits the wall, out of play for a corner. Well, there was a thought about taking it quickly. Howell. Mills has to go all the way back to his goalkeeper. Fisher Long looking for Perpion. Here he is again, the Aussie. Cuts inside. Perpignan. Good block in there, though. And a shot comes in from Mackley. Good little spell this from the Albion. Knight. Howell. Penman. On to Mills. And Perpignan has had a lot more joy on this left-hand side. Almost skips past Godsmark forward. It's a free kick to Leicester. Another change for the Albion. Freddie Simmons. Has come on. He's replaced Harry Mills. Wilson Brown. Ali. That's nice from Page. Monga into Evans. Briggs in the middle. Headed away by Perpignan, doing his work at the back. Harry Howell being careful not to give away a foul. And then out of play for an Albion throw. Headed up in the air by Ali. Vickers underneath it, not able to win it. Alvarez and Knight tussling for the ball for the Albion. Free kick. Now, Knight tries to take it quickly, but the referee has brought play back again. So Freddie Simmons into the back line. And, Ed turns, playing on this left-hand side. Onto Perpignan, 2 turns. The ball might fall kindly for Eiffel. So it's played back to French. Ali. Nice turn by Page. And slipped through. And the foul by Simmons. He's only just come on, but he's already on a yellow card, Freddie Simmons. Into the last 15 minutes then. Still goalless. Howell. Vickers. Foul by Joseph. Free kick to the Albion. Knight. Howell. Tried to find Mackley. Was deflected out of play, so it's an Albion throw. Simmons onto Mackley, to Knight. Howell. Can't find Mackley. Well, Albion have scored in every Premier League 2 game this season, apart from their opening weekend defeat to West Ham. I'm hoping to keep that run going today. Time running out for either of these sides to get what they hope might be a winner. Turns. Perpignan. Turns. Back to Perpignan. Simmons. Howell. Checks inside. Intercepted by Evans. Knight wins the ball back again though. Turns. The space opening up for him. Muscled off the ball though by Cartwright. He's had a really good game in the centre of midfield for Leicester. Has Henry Cartwright. So an attacking change for the Albion because Sahil Bashir is going to come on and he'll take the place of Marcus Seifel. And Alfie Fiskin is also going to be coming on for Leicester. So here is the Albion change. Seifel off and Bashir on. And Jeremy Monga will be replaced by Fiskin for Leicester. Monga making his way off the pitch from the far side. Here comes Fiskin. Leicester handing back possession to the Albion. Evans just leaves one on. Ed turns and as you heard from the referee, is telling Jake Evans that he's already warned him. And Evans is given a yellow card. Vickers. Perpignan trying to turn the ball around the corner for Bashir. Lands for Vickers instead and he wins the corner. Fourth quarter of the game then for the Albion. And Perpignan will take it on this left-hand side, but has Harry Howell for support here as well. Instead delivered straight into the box, headed away. Evans unable to get his clearance far away from the box. Good cross in from Howell. And then hooked over the bar by Caelan Vickers. The changes have made a difference though for the Albion with Harry Howell on. And especially this switch with Perpignan playing on the left side. He's been a lot more involved in the game in this second half. And here he is, the Aussie, Knight. Mackley to Simmons. Turns quickly on for Vickers. Asking a lot of Perpignan, but he's kept the ball in. Perpignan with the low cross, Alvarez struggling to stay on his feet. He may have run the ball out of play, so it is a goal kick for Leicester. Both sides have made all of their outfield changes. Turns. Mackley challenging, has won a throw. So possession still back with the Albion. Knight turns the ball to Simmons. Penman. Well, that's nice through to Perpignan. And Perpignan has time to pick his pass. Missed it from Mackley. Alvarez will pick up the loose ball. Turns. Vickers toying with Joseph. Dangerous cross in. And the shot easily saved by Harry French. A decent opening there for the Albion. Really dangerous cross towards Mackley. Albion pressing aggressively. The ball's fallen for Perpignan! 1-0 Albion. And it's Cam Perpignan again. A fifth goal of the Premier League 2 season for Cam Perpignan. It fell really nicely. And it's a brilliant finish into the bottom corner. In the second half, it always looked likely that Cam Perpignan would be the man to unlock this Leicester defence. And will that be enough to secure the 3 points for the Albion? Leicester will try and throw everything at it, you would think. Albion really aggressive with their press, and they've won the ball back here, and Howell has gone back to Hugo Fischer. Perpignan has spoken very openly about wanting a loan move this January, try and get a bit more first-team football, and he's doing his chances no harm at all with a performance like this in the second half. And should be plenty of EFL sides, especially, will be keen to use a player like Cam Perpignan. He's making a big impact for Albion's under-21s. Godsmark forward. On to Wormleighton. Perpignan, and Vickers not giving up the chase. Good energy from the Seagulls in the closing stages. It's 5 goals for Cam Perpignan in this competition this season. He's set up another 6. But could be in trouble here because Evans is through and he's equalised. Well, out of nothing, a long ball over the top. A slight miscontrol from Penman and a clinical finish from Jake Evans makes it 1-1. A sucker punch for the Albion. A 5th goal of the season for Evans. Can Shannon Ruth's side go again? Still time. Alvarez and Knight will get play restarted. Caden Vickers skips inside Joseph. Looks for the run of Mackley. Nice touch on to Howell. Turns Fiskin. Wins the throw. Mackley back to Knight. Penman onto Turns. Wide to Perpignan. Reminder that Albion's women in action tonight. After the winter break, they take on Liverpool in the WSL. It's on Sky Sports Premier League tonight. It kicks off at 7 o'clock. Apologies for the loss of pictures. We'll bring you straight back to the action as soon as we can. With the score, Brighton 1, Leicester 1, into the closing minutes. Apologies again for the loss of pictures. We're working hard to get them back for you. Brighton Hove Albion's first team back in action this weekend. They're away to Manchester United after the 2-0 win over Ipswich last night in the Premier League. You can catch up on some of the classic encounters on the Albion YouTube channel. Also watch the highlights of last night's match. Once again, we apologise for the lack of pictures. We're working hard to get those back for you. Yes, just to repeat, the Albion's women back in action tonight after the winter break in the WSL. Kick-off at 7 o'clock on Sky Sports Premier League. The build-up gets underway in a little under half an hour's time. Dario Vidosic's side in a good position, 5th in the table, just 4 points off the Champions League spots. And looking to continue what's been a decent first half of the season. Once again, we apologise for the loss of pictures. We are trying to get those back for you, where the score from Lancing is Brighton 1, Leicester 1. Cam Perpignan with his 5th goal of the competition. It's been cancelled out, though, by Jake Evans. Albion looking to bounce back strongly from Monday night's defeat to Manchester City. A 2-1 defeat. Albion had plenty of chances on that occasion. 13 shots to City's 6. City actually scored with their only 2 shots on target. It was a good display away from home from the Seagulls, coming away from the leaders empty-handed. Once again, we apologise for the lack of pictures. And we'll resume our transmission as soon as we can. Once again, we apologise for the loss of pictures from this Premier League 2 match between the Albion and Leicester. The score was 1-1. We are working hard to get those back for you. So into the closing stages of this match. It's still Albion 1, Leicester 1. And can they get the winner? Albion, Bashir with the shot straight at French. Once again, apologies. Haven't missed any goals. 7 minutes of stoppage time, so still time for the Seagulls to try and get a winner. Penman back to Fisher. Turns. And Wormleyton swarming all over. Vickers does really well and turns, looking for Perpignan. Needs support inside the area. And Perpignan is fouled, and this is a good position for the Albion to try and get a dangerous delivery into the box. It's a yellow card for Logan Briggs. In fact, it's Gosman Ford who's gone into the book. So with 2 minutes left of stoppage time, Albion have a good opportunity here. And you can usually rely on Perpignan's delivery. Perpignan waiting and receiving a few instructions from the sideline. Perpignan with the free kick, and just over the bar from Harry Howell. Was that the chance? It was. It sent it all square. It's a draw for the Seagulls. This was the chance right at the end of the game, and just over the bar from Harry Howell. Well, Cam Perpignan thought that he might have got Albion's winner. He opened the scoring and a fine finish from the edge of the box with 5 minutes to go. But just 2 minutes later, Jake Evans racing on to a long ball over the top. And a good finish past Fisher. So no home win for the Albion. But they keep that unbeaten run up in the Premier League 2 at home. Just one defeat in Lancing in this competition this season. And it's finished. The Albion won. Leicester won.
Somebody grab. Thanks so much. What was your name, sorry?